Right, so the next thing I want to show you is the next, just going down the side here. So this is your cookidoo. This is where you can explore and look for recipes up here. 12,476 recipes, all right? I can look at collections as well. So they are in all languages here, which is why most of that makes no sense to me at all. But wraps around the globe, that looks pretty cool. Interesting. Once around the world, of the world, and around the globe. Anyway, so that's where you can look at the collections. The best way to do that is to use filters, though. Goodness, made some interesting looking things, aren't there? Anyway, we can go, if I search here. Category, time, portions, interesting. So category. There we go. So I can use these filters. I can put in something there. So maybe I'll go a side dish, show 806 side dishes. I might want it on the table in total time 30 minutes. And portion size, I'll say 4. All right, so that's a way you can use your filters here to filter down to recipes that suit what you're actually after. And if you've got an ingredient you need to use up in your fridge, I always default to zucchini. Zucchini. Oops, I've missed something there. That's why it doesn't recognize it. Oops, not that one either. Do you know how hard it is doing this upside down? There we go. Let's see if it'll recognize that. Oh yeah, grilled zucchini. I know there's zucchini in there, spiralized zucchini. So these are side dishes, salads in here, as well as zoodles with broccoli pesto, yum. So there's a few things in there, and some of them will be duplicates because we've got them from different countries. So that is the second screen available. And I'm going to reset my filters. And I'm going to now go into this. So the third screen down is recently cooked, my bookmarks, which we know we can see elsewhere, my recipe lists. So these are the lists that I've made. Got basics, I made that for somebody the other day, I think. So there's a whole lot, breakfast, budget low-cal meals. I love the way we've got so many pictures on here. The Christmas breads, So there's a whole lot of stuff. I actually really like this. So we've got that. That's my recipe list. These are collections that I have saved. Okay. So on cookidoo, when you go into a collection, there is a little thing at the top on the right-hand side where you can save a whole collection. So these are the cafe-style muffins. They're really cool. I haven't made those, but I saw someone else had made those. I've made the banoffee, wasn't that cool. Well, great with those. I mean, I like banoffee. I was expecting it to be good, but it was a little bit too caramelized. Then blueberry and lemon curd muffins, they are the bomb. So that's those cafe muffins. And then in here, I've got my created recipes. And these two cookies I've just imported from the recipe community. I've done nothing in regards to editing so that they can be cooked on the, off the screen here. But I've imported them because everyone said they were really good. And that's one of my recipes. Quick chocolate cake is a cookidoo recipe that I imported and edited. So there you go. So there's a few things that you can put in there. Great biscuits for the little dog. Then the next one down is all my modes. Okay, so these there's various things here. I can use my scales here. Put my scales on. It says tear. I can start weighing things in. Don't want to use my scales? Get rid of that. Manual mode. Here, I can go, right, okay, I want to chop something for a certain number of seconds. Click on the seconds. It's going to give me some options down here. And I can still use this scroll as well. But there we go, 5 seconds. And then I might go, if it was something I had to heat, which I'm not going to do at the moment because I'm only chopping, 5 seconds. Let's just go straight to here. And then I can go, right, I want to chop for 4 seconds. And then all I do, make sure I haven't got anything in here. Yep. Okay, there we are. All I do then, lids on, see? I just hit that and it's chopping for 5 seconds on speed 4, which is not a great touch the screen and the noise stops. Obviously, speed 4 is not a great chopping speed. You'd probably be, garlic's 3 seconds, speed 7. Onion would be maybe 5 seconds, speed 5. Speed 4 is more of a mixing mode. So anyway, we've got that manual mode, so we can cook, time, temperature, speed, or we can come in here and we can go, right, I want to use the pre-clean. So the pre-clean, we've got all those different options. If I want to do a universal clean, I just click on there and then I just hit play over here. So simple. Dough mode. This I usually would use this in a recipe, but it's usually 2 minutes. And then I would just hit that and then my dough mode's going to start. Browning. Now, browning is interesting. This is what we were able to use just in guided cooking on the TM6, but in the TM7, we can use it here. And it's got gentle browning or it's got intense browning. And we can go into here and it tells us the gentle heat is for place 20 grams of oil and ingredients in even pieces, but not chopped. For example, onion in wedges or rings, vegetable slices, half moon slices, 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter sticks, or 2 centimeter cubes, prawns whole peeled, meat in cubes and strips. So then you can actually hide those a minute. Okay, then you would set it 10 minutes on 160. Sorry, that was the intense. So that was the gentle we were looking at before. But if we go to intense and come back in here, intense is after preheating in manual mode, add the ingredients, cubes of strips when browning meat and even pieces, but not chopped for vegetables. Set your time and temperature, select gentle and then or intense and then hit start. Okay, so that's our browning mode, which we haven't been able to do prior to this model. Steaming. So this you would be using your Varoma. See the picture over there tells you exactly what to do. And again, you select your time, you select your temperature. Well, sorry, don't select your temperature. It's on steam. And let's just have a look. What does that say? Oh, look, could be you've either got, you've got that on top, or you've got the simmering basket inside. Can you see a little picture there? Or it might just be the simmering basket in there. How cool is this? It lets you know exactly what's happening. Let's look at the tips for this one. So place the minimum of 500 grams of water, and that's for 15 minutes. For every extra 15 minutes, you need another 250 grams of water. All right. If it's a simmering basket you put in, that's fine. But always remove the lid cap. That's the lid cap. Okay. Set time and start. So that's whether you've got the that's showing me that because we've got the lid cap on. Let's go out of there and let's just go, let's just put that and let's just have a quick look and see if the tips change. No, it's the same. Okay. Oh, when steaming in the Varoma, always remove the lid cap. Okay. So this needs to be, this obviously the Varoma will not sit on top with that in. All right. Lots of learning going on here. That's your steaming. Turbo, love turbo. This is, you can just hit that, Or you can go, right, I want 1 second, but I want it repeated, okay, or 3 times, and then hit that and it will repeat that for you. Turbo, a blend. So 30-second blend, it's going up to speed 8. You hit this and it will blend for you. Oops, sorry, I didn't want that. I meant to do this. Egg boiler mode, love egg boiler mode. So basically, again, you view your tips. The eggs go directly into the bottom of the bowl, no simmering basket. They're cold eggs. You add cold or room temperature water up to the 1 litre mark, and then you come back here and you say, right, I want medium soft. You just follow the picture, all right, and then hit start. Oh, sorry, wrong thing here. Let's get out of there. All right, open cooking. So this is new. So you can cook things without the lid on. So your lid comes off. And let's show the tips. Prepare and add ingredients to mixing bowl. Select a time and temperature from 37 degrees up. And then you do this to start cooking. Now, when the lid is off, there is no stirring. All right, kettle mode. Still don't think this is going to be something I'm going to use a lot, but you can obviously play around with temperature and heat water to a certain temperature. Warm-up mode. You can use this to reheat soups and things. Select your temperature, and then you just hit, you can go speed 1 or 2, or you can just have speed stir if you've, speed stir. If you have a chunky soup, hit that. It's going to warm it up. Rice cooker mode, I generally use this in a recipe, but with our tips here, it's going to say double the weight of rice, double the weight of the rice for water plus 50 grams more. So 75 grams if cooking 350 or more. Okay, add salt. Back we go. Thicken. Again, this is something I would use in the guided cooking only, but you can, it's used for bechamel sauce, hollandaise sauce, lemon curd, etc., etc. Slow cook. So again, I would just use this in a recipe, but you can see it will go up to, only go up to 8 hours is the longest, the slow cook, and you would want a blade cover peeler if you were doing it for that length of time. Slow cook, I've just done that one. Fermentation mode. So this is your yogurt. There's bowl set yogurt, or you can have yogurt in the Varoma. Sous vide. Also need the blade cover peeler for this, so you don't want the bags to break. Sous vide is literally under a vacuum, and it's used. You put something into a food grade plastic bag, get as much air out of it as possible. It sits in the water and it cooks at a very gentle temperature. Peeler mode, so we can use that. Now these, we don't have the spiralizer or the cutter yet, but they are there obviously ready to go. And lastly, down here, we have access to my week, to settings, profile and cookidoo. In your settings, that's where you're going to find your Wi-Fi, your sounds, your display and font. So you can actually have large font if you want. Mine's on standard. I find that quite enough for here, but you can have a play with that. You can change your scales to imperial instead of metric if you want to. And yeah, factory reset if you need to do that, but hopefully you don't. It doesn't really matter. It's very easy to fix up. About Thermomix, it's going to tell me what my version is, country and language. Yeah, Australia, English language. So that is a rundown of the screen of the TM7. So I hope that helps. I'll find my way out of this recording now.